For an unlawful gun possession finds himself in even more trouble with the law after allegedly trying to bribe an Omaha police officer to let him go. It all started when police responded to a disturbance at Levi Carter Park early Sunday morning. Several people reportedly left the scene, and officers managed to chase down this man, 18-year-old Tyron Young. He's accused of ditching 2 handguns during the pursuit before he was arrested. According to the police report, on the way to jail, Young offered a police officer $1,000 to let him go. Then at one point, he allegedly upped the offer to $4,000 and offered to make it look like it was kind of a struggle. Those allegations and interactions actually are all part of a bribery charge to the earlier gun charges. Yesterday, a judge set his bond at $75,000. He's due back in court next month.